Right, we are officially live on YouTube again. So now's the moment of truth of whether or not it pulled people across. Did it pull you across? I should have, that's not the right one. So if I go here and go, we should be live. Okay, well, the previous chat, it's still picking up, but it doesn't put it in the current chat. Yeah, so I think... Okay. We are still live. You may need to reload on Twitch. On YouTube. You may need to reload or go back to my page to see new stream. Well, that's a shame because we had quite a few people in there and I feel real bad. But it's good to know. It didn't work. Yeah, it did not work. Thank you so much for being a test of perfection and being that confirmation for me. It is, like we know now for certain, it's not a thing that works. So yeah, it did not pull anyone across. Yeah, it gives you a whole new live you need to press. Yeah. Now, that could be something to do with the fact that I did it by the scheduling thing. But, yeah, hopefully people will come across. I did put it into the existing chat, so if they're still lurking there, hopefully they'll just come across. But, yeah, I mean, it had to be done, so... But it's good to know, so, because if I ever want to do a 24-hour stream, I need to basically pull the VOD myself, to pull it off to you know, do it. But we've had a couple people come across, so thank you for those of you that came across. I am so sorry about having to do the disconnect and the reconnect. Yeah. I'll figure something out. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do in future because, again, I have quite a few long stream days coming up and that's going to be a real pain in the butt if I have to reset at 12 and just like people can't be lurking. Just be like, at this point I have to change stream. And I will also go to Instagram and do a post on Instagram. Because then I can repost the link there as well. Thank you though, I really appreciate it. Yeah, at least now I know. Like I know that we can't do that, so I'm going to have to think of something or, you know, figure something out. Alright, and that one, and go still live. Oh, come on. Due to YouTube cut-offs, we had to reset that. You may need to re-click into YouTube. Not replicate. We'll put reload. That'll do. And then we'll repost the YouTube link. Since that one got cut off. Because it's silly because the link is still the same. It's still youtube.com/amywardart/live or something like that. Like it's the same link each time. But yeah, appreciate you doing the test for me and helping me figure out, and thank you to everyone who came across to the new video, and sorry about having to set it up as a new video, but hey, that's how it goes. and I'll just have to make a point of 0.1, 0.2, and see if I can find some better information. Again, it could be because I did it through the scheduling thing instead of just hit go live. So I could use the same information. I don't know. Like, maybe if I just hit go live and it would have just, like, maybe scheduling it sets up a specific code or something. I don't know how YouTube works. But hey, we're live. We're still going. We're still vibing. We're still feeling good. I am starting to get a little bit of a sore throat, so I probably need some more liquid. Oh my goodness, I just noticed we're at 909 followers. We are 91 followers away from 1,000 on Twitch. It's pretty dang cool. That means all my socials will be over 1,000 now. Which doesn't really mean anything, but just feels cool, you know? I like to be like, oh, I wonder if we could hit 91 tonight. We won't. I'd never get that many follows on Twitch. It's pretty chill, pretty slow, and that's okay. I would rather have, you know, the people following that are genuinely wanting to be here and interested in what we do than people who just click follow because follow, you know? Like, I'd rather have a smaller, more dedicated community. I love our freaking community here. Y'all are the best. Seriously, y'all are the best. So much kindness and so much. There's so much also respect for safety in our community, which I love, because that was one of the things that was really important to me, was to not set up like something cozy and comfy and cute and, you know, all the things I'm not colouring right now, but set up like this safe community we could all hang out in, but I could hang out in when I'm not well, but also but in turn it's just become such a good community for respecting safety and recognizing that this is that sort of space that we escape to. Where is my water bottle? There's my water bottle. Yay, Rosalind, you came over. Hello, so sorry. So things we've learned tonight: when you stop on YouTube and go into immediately a new stream, YouTube does not bring the people who are currently watching you to the new stream, even if you're trying to stop the 12-hour cutoff thing. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. I thought chat was slow. Oh, thank you so much for coming across. Like, yeah, I just had to hope that people clicked and just reloaded back into the chat, because, yeah, unfortunately these, it's just, yeah, it's frustrating. I don't know what else to do, because if I could just let us go, like, just go for it, like, keep going, but then the VOD doesn't get stored on YouTube, and that's the, like, that's part of it. I know there's people who watch the VODs, so I need the VOD. Now I could download the VOD from YouTube and from Twitch, because Twitch will used to keep the VODs for me as an affiliate. I am not an affiliate anymore, so I don't know what the rules are for super long VODs. on Twitch anymore. Now that I am not an affiliate. Because that's what I did last time when I did like a 18-hour, I think it was a 12-hour charity stream, but it ended up going for much longer. Same for when I did an 18-hour live stream. I just grabbed the VODs off Twitch and split it. And it would be hours to upload a 12-hour VOD to YouTube as well. I'm not too bad with the internet here. It would be probably about 13 to 14 hours to upload a 12-hour VOD. But then it's the processing time for scanning the VOD. That would take days as well. But yeah, I found with my upload speed on the internet, because I've got quite a good upload speed now, that basically if my video is an hour long, it's going to take about an hour 10 to upload. Because yeah, while we need, mum needs a lot of download speed, she doesn't use upload. So I get all the upload and I hog all the upload. Obviously, if she ever needs upload for some reason, I will stop hogging all the upload. But I do definitely use a lot of the upload, especially on stream days. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of a nightmare to put up a ridiculous long VOD, which is why I like to use the YouTube VOD system. It's one of the great things about streaming on YouTube is that the VODs are there. But I guess YouTube is kind of not used to Twitch's insanity of like 24-hour streams and 48-hour streams and stuff like that. Like, you know, you're on Twitch and like people are like, oh yeah, I think you're doing a 24-hour stream, and no one bats an eyelid, and you're on YouTube and it's like, you streamed for 4 hours yesterday, Amy? And it's like, 4 hours is a long time. I mentioned to somebody that I streamed like 10 hours last Friday. They're like, 10 hours? I was like, is that a long time? Like, I grew up on Twitch. When you start hitting into the 20-hour mark, that's when we get concerned. But yeah, I do feel bad. I mean, not always bad. Like, I know, like, you know, I watch VODs of people's streams and they're like 1 hour, 2 hours, and it's like, it's a sweet little VOD, and they do some stuff and they chat and they're usually quite productive, and I'm like, and then here's my streams and it's like 16 hours. And it's like we've done maybe a page and we've had a 45-minute tangent where I've taken you around the supermarket online as we've talked about different types of potato chips. But also, that's just the way things are, and I enjoy it. So, you know what? It is what it is. I tell you guys, I don't stream for productivity. I stream to hang out and vibe and chat and just be with y'all and, you know, have a great time. And I hope you'll have a great time too. I do. I wouldn't stream for this long if I wasn't vibing and enjoying myself. I mean, making sure we take good self-care breaks is a big key part of that though too. We have to look after ourselves. Twitch streamers are built differently, yeah. I don't know. I don't know where the notion came from on Twitch that like 24-hour live stream should be a thing. But yeah, 24-hour live streams. I've done those before for charity, and I mean, I am kind of thinking about doing a charity stream, a couple of charity streams, and I was trying to figure out like what I would do, how I would do it. I've got a couple ideas actually, which could be quite fun for really bringing on the community and hopefully engaging y'all in some stuff. I just have to do some more testing for it, but I did have this little idea, and I think it'll be quite fun in terms of a charity stream. Okay, yeah, I can see a few of our friends have come over on the YouTube side. Thank you. Yay. Yeah, it felt bad because it's like, but it's the sort of thing now that I know what's going to happen. Like, if I'm doing a long stream again, we'll just have a thing of like, hey, just so you know, in an hour, in 50 minutes, in 40 minutes, in 30 minutes, you know, right now, this is going to happen. You're going to have to re-enter into my stream. After my wedding, I'm starting to look into stream and do videos, etc. I just have my phone for now, but what stand would you suggest to hold the camera? Ooh, yay. So first off, Rosalind, I use a webcam. I don't use my camera, so my mounting situation is different. However, I know a lot of people use, the main thing is you want to be able to get it top down, right? So if you can find something that allows your phone to be like that, so you can get the top down, you should be all good. There are, if you search streaming mounts or streaming, I think streaming mount is the name, they should come up for phone. But what I use, which I can't show you because I don't have my face cam, is I actually use a microphone boom arm, and that allows me to, you know, move my camera right around. We can go wee wee. We can make your motion sick, basically. But that gives me a lot of flexibility in terms of where I be back now. We should be back now. There we go. That was so thrilling for the camera. It decided to freeze. We're all good. We should be back now. We'll just wait a moment for the camera to sort itself out. But yeah, so I use a microphone boom arm, and I shouldn't really have done that, but I did that, and that's fine. I need to look into my USB drives. I thought maybe not having the face cam would, like, if the face cam was dying and corrupted, it would be why, but the fact that it's still happening has me a little concerned. Yeah. There you go. Cassie uses an overhead camera mount, and it comes with a phone attachment and camera attachment. I got it from Amazon. Perfect. I got this boom arm because it was easy to access and I could access it locally. It was cheap. I think it cost me like 25 bucks. My camera literally just sits in where the microphone would normally sit. It's not even like screwed in. It's just placed in there. It's the most rickety setup ever, which is why my camera sometimes shakes if I like bump it or if Shadow bumps it. But it did the job for me. But yeah, overhead camera mount is what you're looking for. And if it comes with a phone attachment and camera attachment, you've got options. Yeah, if you got any other questions, feel free. There's quite a few streamers in here between myself and Cassie, and then there's a few others lurking as well. But I'm always willing to answer questions to help you out as best as I can. My experience does come via webcams and OBS, not working with the mobile phone studio though. That would be the only thing. I do prefer working with computer because you have a lot more control over stuff, but if you're just wanting to start out, like obviously having to buy a webcam and a mic and having it of a quality that could pick up colouring when you've got a mobile phone and all these different things, like I'm also a big fan of sticking with what you got, and an overhead mount isn't too much compared to setting up for stream. So you're better to just start with what you've got, and then if you like it and you stick with it, then you can start looking at different options. So much here. I just remembered I meant to be doing a I'm gonna have to take my art cam and turn it into a face cam for something. Oh goody, I forgot about that, because my laptop face cam is just awful. Totally forgot about that. It's fine, it won't take me long to remount it. Actually, I wonder if I have a date for that yet. Okie dokie. Okie dokie dokie. A little bit more here. And we get to switch to this one. And it might be more logical to do all the hair at once and just do all of one color and then all of one color, but it's just helps break it up a little bit, because it's a lot. It's a lot of hair. And the thing is, I like coloring hair. When I was doing my own portraiture art and stuff like that, like, hair was one of my favorite things to draw and color in. Oh my gosh, you guys. I found the folders. I found the folders. I found art. I found so much of my old art. I was so happy in the cleanup. And I found like a big folder of whips. And I just found all the folders. So like, if y'all want a tour, you know, we're getting into late night Amy here. If y'all want a tour of like some of my old art, I'll pull it all out. So happy to find it all, because I do actually need to go through it at some point anyway. Old art, yeah, like there's some wild old stuff in there. keen when you need a break from colouring. Yeah, I actually could do with a little bit of a break as well. It'll be a good little break. I can grab a can of beer and some dessert, and we can just sit and chill, and we can go through things for a while and just take a little break. So I'll finish all this section that I've started inking, and then we'll pull out the folders and we'll get cozy with some snackies, and we'll just go through some stuff, eh? We'll just have a look at all my old stuff, and some of it we can laugh at. Some of it I laugh at, don't worry. Some of it's wild. I don't know what's in there though, like, that's the thing. I don't know what's in there, so we'll see. We'll see what comes out. Wild Mystery Outdoor. And then we just fill in all the little gaps with our lightest. So yeah, the super tips are like the best for colouring in large areas. And just bringing it all together. And I just realised something too. On YouTube, we're going to edit this into part 2. Actually, no, I'm going to have to figure out titles for YouTube, because I think the other one just saved with Dark Fairytales, but we start off with Eriy, so I'll have to go back and retitle it and be like, I don't know, maybe I'll just call it like live stream today's date, part 1 of 2. Which is such a boring title, but just need to make it clear that there's like a part 1 and a part 2, really. Oh, that's a I need to move and stretch and get the blood flowing yawn, not a I'm sleepy yawn. It's a I've been sitting too long yawn. But luckily, that's our section done. So I do have to very carefully move this again. Okay, cool. We have got some room there, but that's where we're at. So we started on a good portion of the hair there. We'll carry on with this in a moment, but yeah, I will pull out folders of stuff. So just give me a moment. Oh, that's a good stretch. Oh. Oh, wiggle all the body. Wiggle all the body. Okay, so while I'm getting stuff organized, one of the things I found was my folder of prints, and this here is a PB original. I also have PB prints, but I found all my prints, so many glorious prints, but that one is a PB original, and that's all done in Copic markers. Like the shading that she gets with Copic markers, like that here, Copic markers, just incredible. Look at the pretties while I get the folder out. Don't need the water filters over here. Done all that. Take away this. You go in the prints folder. To stay safe. Alright, this is a massive folder, so bear with me. And there's a folder inside a folder inside a folder. So there's a lot of folders. Okay. We have a beer. We have chocolate cake. We should be alright for camera angles. So now, I think a lot of this is actually just what's in here, because there's some random stuff in here and there's some stuff that is actually pictures. Okay, we're not going to pull that one because that one is actually a portrait I did of me and my ex on our wedding day. Sure as heck don't know why I still got that, but I still got that. I don't think I'll be able to show that one. That one's just too big. Some of these are like A2 in size. Like, I used to work huge with some of my drawings. Let's whittle you there. Let's just see what's in here. I know this one, I believe I was doing the opposites coloring challenge. So, like, starting off with blue and then bringing in the browns. And so her lips, I believe I started off with green before bringing in the red. So you work with the complementary to build up the shadows. Which is why here it started with blue. So I think that's what I was doing. Piece of paper. Okay, I think you might actually all be blank pieces of paper. Nope, no, we've got... What do we got? Just some sort of random sketch that I never coloured. The start of something I was painting. Looks like that's pencil actually, but then that's acrylic paint. It's kind of cool. I did that. Why didn't I carry on with that? I mean, the nose is kind of awful now. I can see that, and these some little bits, but I do like the way I did it here. Interesting. So a lot of these are like offcuts from when I was doing original portraitures and stuff like that. I would often work on coloured card. So the majority of that is actually just empty coloured card. I think there's some newer stuff in here because he's colouring at the front, so it's a sign that there is something in here. Yeah, those are just PDFs that I printed out. I remember all these. I know what those ones are. They are PDFs that were printed, but then I think they're AI art of like free colouring pages. So they got relegated in there to give to the kids. Oh yeah, so there is some newer stuff in this one. So, what can we get out? What will actually come out of this? This is pretty packed. It's uncoloured. That's just an ink background that I did for this one here, which is stuck to something else. So that's like the background I created to digitally plant this on top. This is a D&D character that I drew. It's a water genasi sorcerer. There's a whole piece of glass in here. No wonder this thing's heavy. I am amazed you did not break. So yeah, this one I used washi tape for the top here to bring in that pattern. That was really fun. And then yeah, just like cargo shorts and stuff like that. But yeah, drawing that pose was really fun. And the tattoos of the wind and stuff like that. And keeping muscly because, you know, they're water genasi creatures, so they do a lot of swimming. And yeah, I need to draw the rest of the characters in this because it was a fun thing to do. And then I have that background to put them on. So it's like gets layered on. And then I have this one here, which I worked so hard on. This is a colouring page by Jashley. And he actually messaged and asked if I would colour it. I believe it was for the intention of potentially being a cover for the book. He's only just started doing this. I've seen him do one with Tablona's ones. But yeah, I worked really hard on this. I had like 2 days to tune it out. I used my terrible gouache to do this background. I was pretty proud of that background with that terrible gouache. But yeah, we were tuning to get this one done. Like, it was like I probably shouldn't have taken on that. I really liked Jashley's work, and I was really honoured that he wanted to have a coloured example of one of his works coloured by me. So I worked my butt off to get it done, and I was very proud of it in the end, and getting all those gold details. And yeah, so I haven't coloured the other two yet that I got as payment for that. You remember it? It was a lot. Yeah, now there's still somewhere around here where there should be kids art. I don't know where it is. Oh my god. I keep forgetting about this. I need to finish this. This was Sammy's birthday present last year, and her birthday is at the end of the month. I am so sorry, Sammy, if you can hear me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I need to finish this. And there's not a lot left. It's just her top and the couch and the blankie. Oh, I need to finish this. Okay, this is staying out. I know I found this once before and then I cleaned up and put it away. And then I was like, where did I put it again? And I've been looking for this pad of paper several times as well. So this is going to stay somewhere. I don't know where somewhere is. But it's going somewhere. You love Jashley. I actually really love Jashley's lines too. And he's an absolute sweetheart to talk to as well. Like, if you tag him and stuff, he posts so quickly. He's just so excited to see his stuff done. And he's just lovely to talk to as well. Alright, and then this, I think, is like... This is going to be hard to do on here. Because this is a folder that used to sit at the markets that I would sell stuff from. So... This is back in the day. We might have to like even take you out higher. I don't want to move that too much. I'm a bit scared we'll get another disconnect. Yeah, that'll work. We'll put you out there. The microphone's kind of far away, so let me know. I was so excited to do his pirate chibi, the one in his rubber duck. It's so cute. His chibis are so cute as well. I ended up buying the Colouring Heaven digital colouring book for the tarot chibi because it's just so cute. It's like, I have to. So this is something that I used to do a lot of back in the day. Oh, come out. Where I would use watercolours and salt and texture and create a background and then draw a portrait on top of it. Because people liked my portraits, but you know, why would you buy a portrait of a random person? But if it's like this, it's more like an artistic thing. So I used to sell a lot of prints of things like this. Yeah, and then I would have the originals, and like most people just brought the prints because the prints were like $5. So most people just brought prints, but I did occasionally sell originals. Sold a lot of prints of this one. I was always so surprised because I didn't really like her. You can see that same watercolor effect here, but as a rainbow mohawk. So yeah, I used to do a lot of portraiture work. So a lot of it was just like random experiments. It was just me experimenting. Rainbows, always rainbows. Fire. Yeah, the big marble one. That Loki took so long to do, but I was so proud of that Loki. I kind of wish I had just carried on with Loki and just done down here and not done the rest of them, but I did. I sold one from here. I had two in here and I sold one, so I'm pretty sure this is like when I first got Liquitex Gold Acrylic ink. Look at that shiny. This is something I used to quite often do too, where I just take a white, a black, and a colour and work on a coloured piece of paper. Just do like real simple stuff. Yeah. The next one was purely because I used to get a lot of complaints that I never had any men on my stall. I used to draw a lot of women, so I drew this one, and then I would have guys come along and be like, I'm going to pretend that this is me, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. That's fine. The amount of guys I sold this to that were like, I'm going to pretend this is me, and I was like, you do that. I don't care, just give me the money. And that's just white pencil on black card. That's all it is. Yeah, the amount of ones that I sold for that. More random watercolor experiments. This was like my first ever alcohol marker experiment too. It is absolutely awful. And I wonder if it's yellowed the thing that's behind it. No, there's nothing behind it. At least had the sense to put it in its own thing. And I don't know what I used on here for the bubbles, but I used something. But yeah, that is some atrocious alcohol marker work back there. Oh goodness. Things we learn along the way. So yeah, like the face here, like it's cute, but I push my shading a lot more now than I did back then. Back then my shading was like quite flat. So yeah, certainly like I can see development from back here. But yeah, it's still a cute effect. There's no denying it. It's still cute. This is like 2015, by the way. Like this is 10 years old at this point. So, you know, it's a piece. It's still cute though. It's got cute memories and stuff like that. And I like the colours, so I still like it. I just look at it and go, oh yeah, I can do so much better now. As you do. More of those watercolour experiments. Firefly, this is like another one of my alcohol marker ones. It's on like actual marker paper and it's so thin paper. I learned very quickly I don't like marker paper for markers. But I was a lot more proud of the portraits in this one. Certain portraits really came together really well. Alan Tudyk did not, and that really annoyed me because he was my favourite. But yeah, I really liked this one. The amount of work that went into it, like in layering and that to get everything to come together. I killed a black marker to do this, but worth it. Actually, did we click one today? I did skip this one. I was like, hang on, we skipped this one. My kiwi, because you know every good kiwi needs a kiwi, but because of the copper ink I could never make a print of this one, so this one was just an original. Just a quick little sketch. Good old New Zealand bird. I sold whatever was next to it. I think that was my tui. I'm pretty sure that was the tui original that was there that I sold. Oh yeah, this is more alcohol markers back in the day. Practicing with alcohol markers. Dear gosh. Can do a lot better now, but again, you learn. Things you learn along the way. That was my first ever Prismacolor. When I first got my Prismacolors. Practicing around with them and learning them. Still quite like her. I like the way she pops. Again, because I got complaints I never had guys in my stall, so I drew a guy. And then I drew Batman. Good old Batman. I think there's a little bit more fan art to get down here. This one, I love this one. This is when obviously Mockingjay came out, but I was so proud of that fire. And my love of light effects, like how does light work? It's so shiny in wax bloom. But I was so proud of the fire when I did that one. And that is a mixture, that was all Prismacolor back there, and then polychromos over here, and that was the first time I realised, because I took polychromos and did more details over here, and I was like, oh, I can take polychromos with Prisma. I can take Prisma over here to do some creamier white highlights. Oh, I can mix the blacks. Oh, like, that was the first piece I really realised I could mix media pencils. Like, you don't have to just use polychromos, so you don't have to just use Prismacolor, which sounds silly, but it was such a moment for me of, oh, I can do that. Another random little sketch. This one's fun. This is another, this is a really old piece, this one. But this is one of those ones that I was telling you about where I use opposites. So her hair is red, but it's shaded with green. Her skin is yellow, but it's shaded with blue. And then her top is yellow, but it's shaded with purple. So it's working with opposites, and so she has a primary color scheme because of the skin. So red, blue, yellow. But she's also completely done with complementary colours as well. So it's real, like it's real technical for such a simple piece. But I always really love the simplicity of that one. Again, I used to just do a lot of portraiture, a lot of stuff. And then we have things like fan art, like Beauty and the Beast. Still love this piece. I should really put this out somewhere. It looks like... Don't know where that texture's come from. But yeah, I spent ages doing this one. And playing, like, it's got a little bit of a pink glow here. I would do so many more glow effects now. There is so many more glow effects I would do on this piece, but I remember at the time being really proud of this. Yeah, His suit is definitely Prismacolor. I think the fur is done in polychromos. His background is all like watercolor, and then I think I used alcohol markers to do all the stained glass effects. Yeah. So it's like watercolors and then the black outline and alcohol markers, I believe. I think I might have even just watercolored the whole thing and then used some pink in certain areas by the look of it, because we've got bleed from the back. Yeah, I don't know. That's quite a while ago. And then this next one. So this one was a thing that I did with PB and Smalt and some other people back in the day when we did YouTube. So this is 2015 again. And we did what is known as a telephone game, but we did it as colouring. So I believe PB started and she drew a character, and it was a she drew a character with a few different elements that she basically used a random thing generator to come up with, which I think was like a stoat, and wings, and a red dress was the main thing, a fan, like there was different elements, and then it went through each of us and there was no explanation. You just got an image and you had to redraw it in your style, and as it went through each of us, we each ended up changing it more and more and more because we didn't realize. So I ended up drawing a little cat ear, like a cat ear headband on there, because I genuinely thought the previous version had cat ear headbands, but what it was those hair sticks with like dangly beads on it. It just happened to look like two triangles, so I interpreted it as cat ears, but they were dangly sticks. And so like I wasn't sure what the animal was, but I looked up sort of like a stoat, but the next person interpreted my one as a black cat and drew it as a black cat. The dress got shorter and shorter and shorter as we went through. It started as a full length dress and then it just became more and more short. But I just remember crying when we got wings, because I was the only one who did realism. Everyone else did anime, and I did realism, and I was like, oh, I have to do wings. But it was fun. It was a fun thing just to see how much everything progressed. Now that's not all the art, but that's all the art I found. I still suspect there's another folder downstairs, because I am missing what I call my drug trip art. It was when I was on some very heavy antipsychotics, and it is some interesting art. So I suspect that one is still downstairs, which we'll bring up another time. But I hope you enjoyed that little tour of the art that is currently up here. That was a good little break for me and my hands. Now that will live forever on a VOD. As we hit 12 hours. Okay, now that I've had a good break, I say that I haven't had anything to drink or any of my cake. Thank you, Cassie. It's very sweet of you. There is a part of me that, like, when I did fall, it sucked to lose so much of my hand strength. And we are getting there. I mean, you saw what I was working on for Sammy. So I can do drawing. I know I don't flow the same. It doesn't flow right. But also, drawing was never my passion. It was always the colouring. And I think that's why colouring has just connected with me so intently. But I do want to do some more drawing. Like, I've said it before, I've always wanted to design my own colouring book. I have a plan in mind for a colouring book. Like, I mean, I have a PDF, not a PDF, a spreadsheet that actually lists out page, names, what would be drawn on this page. It's a whole story. Like, I legit have a plan for a colouring book. It is a good plan. I think it would be a good colouring book. I even designed the characters for it. I just haven't had the spoons to sit down and physically draw this colouring book. And so that's kind of what I need to start doing, really, is because I think it would be really neat. I would buy your colouring book so fast.
Well, yeah. I don't even know, like, that's the other thing too. Like, if I then release it and people buy it, then I have to declare it as income, and then it becomes a whole thing with the government disability support and yada yada yada. So that also puts me off. It's like, I don't want to deal with work and income any more than I have to. And it's not like one book would make me enough to get off the disability benefit, right? And I wouldn't want the pressure to have to keep producing books to get off the benefit. And I also wouldn't have the funds to produce a book to the quality that I'd want. I'd have to do Amazon KDP, like the self-publishing Amazon, and I don't know how I feel about that. So, yeah. Not if I donate the money, right? Yeah, no, if it's a donation, it's a different story. There can be, like, if I get a certain amount of donations, there can be a bit more like, But anyone that gives me anything off my Amazon wish list, totally fine. That's different because that's goods. That's not taxable. And the goods on my Amazon wish list aren't exactly like a car, a house. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're not going to worry too much about, you know, a couple of donations here and there. It's not worth their time to chase up, and I do everything correctly. I'm aware that I could be earning from all my platforms and stuff like that. I don't want that pressure, and I think that's a big part of it for me. Was if I did get around to designing a colouring book, releasing a colouring book, and it was for sale, do I want that pressure? And that's a big thing for me, because if I did it, it would be like, cool, I've done it. I would love to get a copy printed for me so that I have a printed copy, but I don't know if I want to sell them. And that's a big part. So, yeah, it's things to think about, eh? But yeah, it's pretty cute. Yeah, I really just need to get off my butt and do it. But, you know, spoons are precious, and I have not had a lot of spoons lately. I've managed to succeed in doing what I needed to do. I'd get a copy for sure, yeah. See, that's the cool thing, is that with this community, I know there'll be a bit of support as well, but I'd also just be just as tempted to release it for free, because it's like, you all mean so much to me as a community. I have the Ko-fi platform to release it for free, so it's like, why wouldn't I just do it for free and just do it on there? Test the waters by doing your own freebie 1 month. Yeah, I did think about that too. The thing is, like, I'm trying not to go into it too much, because if I do this, I don't want to ruin what it is, because it's a concept, which sounds like, you know, oh, it's a whole concept, you know, you got to go in together, yeah. It sounds real snooty. It's not that. It's just, it is literally designed as a whole book. It's designed as a story as well as a colouring book. So I can't just release a page here and there, because it's also, I either release everything or I don't release it. So yeah, and I mean, it's if you've ever seen my spreadsheet that I track all my colouring books on and stuff like that, there's a tab down the bottom that's called Secret Project of Secrets. That's what it is. It's the dream colouring book that I designed, and it's literally a spreadsheet that numbers out each page and what that page is for and how it would be set up, and talks about what it is. And then in my sketchbook is rough plans for most of these pages, where I'm like, yeah, this here, like a scribble of a circle, and that's a tree, that's this. Yeah, so like, it's not just like I'd like to design a colouring book. Like, literally, I have a colouring book designed, I just have not drawn it. But in my head, I believe it's 38 pages. I'd have to go and double check my count. But it's a lot of pages. Some of these pages I did design in my head that would be a double-sided, like a double page, if it was like a physical colouring book. So it's not quite 30 pages if it was a PDF release or something like that. But you know. Crafty Claire, hello. Trust me, you're not late. I've been going ridiculous hours. We're at hour 12, Crafty Claire. You're here at the perfect time. Yeah. I think you will one day when you have the spoons. I hope so, because it is a really good concept. And I did actually, because I do a lot of colouring with my nibblings, and I was talking to one of them about it, and they were like, can we do colouring? Can we colour in that book? And I was like, that book doesn't exist. I was just talking about it. And then they're like, I'll help you draw it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I also have some nibblings that really want this to happen too. So I guess like I need to get off my butt and that's the wrong way to put it. It's not get off my butt. It's, you know, I have a chronic condition. I have limited energy. These things are tough. But if it will meant to be, it will be, and it will happen. So maybe by putting it out into the world, because I am a big believer that we get back what we put out to the world. So putting out there that I want to design this book. I have this idea in mind. I have 38 pages planned. Like, let's do this. Maybe it'll be enough that one day it'll feel ready to go. Heck, maybe one day I'll even stream it, you know? Stream me actually sketching. And before anyone asks, no, we're not doing it tonight. My hands are not in sketchy mood right now. Yeah, and it would be all traditionally done. It would be lined traditionally too with ink pens, because I don't have a digital tablet, so I'm like, screw it. You know, Kerby lines traditionally. I'm just going to line traditionally. Right, now, are you here back there, or are you something else? You kind of look like here. So I think we're going to colour you as here. I'd buy it. In 12 hours and I'd be flagging. Yeah, I'm doing good. I feel in the zone. We had to, we learnt today, because YouTube, if you're streaming on YouTube, you can still be live unlimited, but YouTube deletes the VOD after 12 hours. So we had to stop and start stream on YouTube to guarantee we could keep the VOD. And so that's why it also doesn't look like I've been live long on YouTube, but trust me, we've been live for 12 hours. I started at this time 9 hours ago. I started at 9 a.m. this morning. It's now 9 p.m. Yeah, and so we had to reset it. But yeah, no, I'm doing all right. I'm doing actually pretty good. We've been sensible about doing things. We stopped for half-hour lunch breaks and dinner breaks, and we do stop. You know, I will take like 5-minute breaks to go to the bathroom, or, you know, walk around and make a cup of tea, or, you know, we do have good breaks. The major thing that has happened is that my face cam went kaput today, and is like broke, just fully broke down, stopped working. So that's why we've got this random little colour outside the lines instead of my face in there. So yeah, I also have to consider getting a new face cam. Woo! Technology. It's actually getting really warm in the room.
Like, is that the laptop? I mean, the laptop's hot, don't get me wrong, but it's also on a cooling pad, so.
I think it's just warmed up a bit. It's gotten like storm humid. It's meant to actually storm tomorrow as well. It's meant to be a really crappy weekend for weather here. Happy Easter, y'all. You can't go outside. So much here. Why did we decide on this page? Why did we just start on Rapunzel? Because, Amy, it's the first one in the book, and you were like, I can't decide, so I'll just start at the front, and then I don't have to think. It's a lot of here, but it'll be fine. It's always the case for Easter in the UK. It feels like there's always the case for Christmas here. Like, Christmas in New Zealand is in the middle of summer, so we should be having a gloriously bright and sunny Christmas, and I feel like most of the time Christmas just feels rainy. But it hasn't. I just think because we have Christmas in the middle of summer, it's like when it's not summer Christmas, it's like rude, and we remember that more than we remember actual summer Christmas, you know? It's supposed to be hot here for once, so we're going to go swimming, hopefully. Oh my goodness, Cassie, that sounds delightful. I haven't been swimming in so long, and I miss it. My hope is that in May, I can go a-traveling and go and stay with some friends and maybe go swimming. That's probably going to be too cold, but there might be some pools or something I can go to, because I freaking love swimming, because the pressure of the water takes all the pressure off my joints, and it means I can move without pain, and so I go swimming hard. I just don't have anyone I can go swimming with here and a way to access swimming here, and it makes me very sad, because it's a fantastic exercise. Vi! Hello. Yeah, the ocean here is cold, but come on over. It's fine. I'm a mermaid, Vi, so it's fine. Also, Vi, are you just getting up for the day, or have you not been to bed yet? Because I feel like it's very, very, very late for you over there. As much as I love you being here, I also want you to get some sleep. Please tell me you have either had sleep or you're heading to sleep. Also, my face cam went kaput. I'm in PJs and on my phone, so I can go lay down. Good to hear that. Good. That was good and glad combined. So glad. I'm extra glad about it. Yeah, my face cam went kaput today. Like kaput. And I was hoping that is why I was getting all those USB dropouts. But the USB dropouts are still happening. So it's not that my face cam was dying. There's something else, and now I'm worried that whatever that something else is, it keeps on causing these USB dropouts, caused my face cam to die. But my face cam is 10 years old, so, you know, my C920's had a good life. She's done her dash. But also, I don't want to have to replace the webcam right now. I'll figure it out someday. I just don't know what else it is, so it's fine. Everything works fine until it happens. And it hasn't been happening as much, but Maybe after you've restarted your OBS, retry the webcam because it may have just overheated or something. Okay. That's still a worry because, I mean, my last computer overheated and melted. Which is why this computer lives on a cooling fan. Because that caused me so much anxiety. So much here. But once we get through the here, we're actually through a lot of this page. Like, the vines won't take too long on this half. And once we've decided on our colours for the prince and the sorcerer, it's pretty easy too. Just realised I also missed, she's got a couple of strands here from when she did cut her hair. And I miss them. Yeah. Camera overheats happen luckily at lower temperature. Okay, well that's comforting. Thank you so much. Rapunzel is a redhead? Yeah, we just thought it would go really well. Like, with the green that's going to be coming in for the vines and stuff. And also, why not? She's cool. She's got a pair of scissors here because both the prince and the sorceress are coming up and climbing up her hair, and she's got a pair of scissors and she's like, screw you, you can't use me, I'm not yours. And so she chops off her own hair and then uses powers that she has to entangle the sorceress and the prince. She's like, screw you, I don't need you, I don't need none of you. You can't use me. And that's why she's awesome. And so she's getting powerful red hair because it's pretty. Yes, yeah. So yeah, it's just taking a while to do all the hair, as you can imagine, because there's a lot of hair on this page. But also worth it. And finally finished the trees. That took so long though. Well done. Cassie is also working on this book and is working on the Red Riding Hood pages. It is a lot of trees. Right, have to love you and leave you, Amy. Have a great colour. Thank you so much, Crafty Clear. I appreciate you popping in. You have a wonderful time zone. Oh, okay. There we go. Oop. No, oh, please. Thank you. Sorry, time for a bite full of dessert. Okay. We might as well keep going with the dark red. Now to do the other Red Riding Hood, right? And then to do the other Red Riding Hood that is also a double. At least there's not too many trees on the double. Or are we just leaving that one for now? I saw that page and I'm going to have to shop for a wolf costume to add to the red, to add a red tonight good costume. Yes. I'm trying not to think about the double right now, Amy. I'm sorry. I don't blame you. It's all good. I didn't initially because I was just like, oh, I'm just going to do this one where it's just her and drawing the moon and all that stuff. And then it's like, oh, well, I might as well do the one next to it at the same time because I've got the colours pulled. Then I can show the techniques that I'm thinking of for the sky because I couldn't decide between two techniques. Then it's like, well, while the colours are fresh in my mind, I should really do the double and just tie it all together and finish the whole story. And now my brain's going, oh, I should do the same for Cinderella because you've just got her pumpkin carriage left to go. So we should really do Cinderella. But then also, we're doing Rapunzel now. Rapunzel's only a double, right? Yeah, because then it's the red dancing shoes. Wow, Tonight Good was Riding Hood? I wondered. I was like, this does not make sense. Red Riding Hood costume, but Red Tonight Good. Is that about Red Riding Hood, who becomes like Jack the Ripper, homicidal? It's like, yes, red tonight, good. Must be said in that way. Okay. Oop, I'm on the wrong end. This end's too chunky. So much here. So much here. And this is where we hope our markers don't run out.
Okay. Oof. So much hair. Let's go back up here. Get this section done. I didn't actually realize how much hair is on this page, right? It doesn't look too bad at first, and then you start coloring it in, you're like, oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, like I said, once we're through the hair, we're actually through the majority of this page. Like, legit, the majority of this page is here. Like 2/3 of it is here, and then it's like half of that again is like vines, background, and then it's just characters. Like, it's really not a lot. Right, I need a break from that color, so we're going to switch to filling in what we've done. I fell asleep to the first stream and you're back. It's actually a continuation of the same stream, AA. Welcome back. We have not stopped. It's just we had to stop and restart stream, or else the VOD does not save. And it doesn't pull across anyone who's in the stream, unfortunately. So things we learned today, because at the 12-hour mark, YouTube just doesn't record your, like, hold on to your video anymore. So it's like, oh dear, we better do a stop and restart on YouTube. But then we lost everybody. So yeah, lessons learned. But yeah, we're currently at 12.5 hours. Doing well. We're working on Rapunzel. And she's got gorgeous red hair. A lot of red hair. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I hope you slept well though. You got that good healing rest in. Hopefully I fall back asleep, but glad for the cozy company. Yeah. I hope you fall back asleep too. Sorry about my sneeze.
It's 2 a.m. there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, go back to sleep. Hopefully we'll lull you back to sleep. We'll be your companion in the wee hours. I'm going to be going for a little while, I think. Like, because we've switched to the markers, it's nothing on my hands anymore. It's when we're doing the pencil work that it gets a bit much on my hands. Like, all this line work's a bit much, but I know once the hair's done, like, that's all the liney stuff done. So, be a bit easier too. Oh, itchy. Yeah, we're just slowly working our way around with our different colours. Because we're using the different colours, it actually is meaning we're getting good drying time between each section as well, which is always lovely. Already had lined up to start to replay the VOD and saw you were live again. Yes. I'm glad, because yeah, I did feel bad that I had to like basically stop and start, and I need to retitle the VOD so it's really clear that it's like a part 1, part 2, like it's the same day. It's just we had to do a stop and start or else there is no VOD. And it was important that we kept the VOD of that one because I know, for example, Rosalind is using it as an actual colour along. Not Rosalind, sorry, Lisbeth is using it as an actual colour along. I mean, Rosalind might be using it as a colour along and hasn't told me, but I know Lisbeth is using it as an actual colour along. So, like, it's really important that it's there, at least so Lisbeth can continue on their page. But I'd like to have the VOD there for my own records. But what that means is I just had, like, one of the things that I'm looking at wanting to do is like a really long charity stream. So what I might do is schedule, if I decide to do a charity stream and I know I'm going to be going longer than 12 hours, I could schedule one to start at like 8:45 in the morning, and then at 8:30 at night, which would be 11 hours and 45 minutes later, I could have another scheduled live stream ready to go. And so I just end that live stream and go over to the second live stream, and people would know because it's already there. And so we can say in stream, you know, if you're head over to my channel, you'll see that there's another stream scheduled to go at this time. So have that open in a second tab, or, you know, and then we'll give you warning when we have to shut this one down, and then we're going to switch over to that one. And that's how I could do it for situations in the future. But now we know these things. We didn't know these things, so very handy to know. I didn't get the book, even though it's 25, even for 20. You didn't get the book, even though it's 25% off. Damn. Still got time to go and get it, or is it no longer on sale? Oh, no, I'm with you now, because I said you could be following along. Oh gosh, bear with me, mate. I'm tired. But I don't feel too tired. I'm very sneezy and sniffly after that sneeze. But I don't actually feel too bad. I mostly just feel hot. That's really what I feel, is I just feel really warm all of a sudden. I've had to take my shoes and my socks off. You might finish this book in a month or two. It's actually... it could be possible. I don't want to put that pressure on myself though, because I've done that before with a book and I got burnt out on the book. I have no qualms enjoying the book while I'm enjoying the book, And given the nature of what this book is about, like, if I'm enjoying it this much right now, it's worthwhile me taking advantage of that and actually colouring in it a lot, because, like, I don't normally colour dark stuff. So the fact that I'm enjoying it so much, which is down to the media, I may as well take advantage of it. I just realised I've done this whole thing with the wide, and I was meant to do this one with this. Oh boy. Sure, it'll be fine. Yeah, I really am enjoying the book. Sammy, hello, hello. Yes, I hope D&D was good. Welcome back, hon. It's good to have you here.
It seems you're enjoying it so much, it's great. So love to see colouring. That's why we're here. Yeah,
That you're a safe iridescent glitter bubble. Heck yeah, I absolutely am. You can't see my iridescent glitter bubble because the face cam broke. So, you know, rude. But you just have to trust me that it's around me. Why is it so warm all of a sudden? We're starting to head into winter. Why have I got the sweats like it's summer? Dear God, how old do you have to be before you... Like, how young can you be with hot flushes? Because I would really hate if that's what's going on right now. Like, there is no logical reason for me to be this hot and clammy.
I cracked a window because my PC makes it so hot in here.
If I do that, I have no protection against bugs. Because there are no curtains in here. There is no neck screen. There is no nothing. So I open that window and we're getting bugs. And I live surrounded by bush, so it's not like you just get a few moths or a few sandflies. Like, you get these big, massive clicky bugs that jump everywhere. They're so annoying. They're totally harmless, but they're just, like, really gross. And they're really annoying because they make all these clicky sounds. I can hear the cicadas, so it's not just me. Like, it's hot. The cicadas should not be going this late at night, which does make me think there is more of a storm coming over.
It's hot here too. Oof. D&D was good.
I'm glad that that was good. We missed a fun session on Wednesday. But we will catch you up next session. so much hair. So much hair. Hope you're all doing well out there. Remember to do some self-care, do a little stretch, have some hydration, particularly if you're hot. I'm about to have some hydration myself when I finish this colour. I'm on the home stretch of this one. Okay. Next color. Perfection. Hello. Dinner was yummy and now I have ice cream. Nice. We are still working on the hair. Shock horror. Yeah, we're up to the 2 easy parts. Like, once we get to this one, we're pretty close because this one and the next colour really don't take long at all. Which is great. These parts come together pretty quickly. Hey, excuse me. I also have a Kerby page picked out to colour. Nice. Which one? Which book? It's exciting. We do love a good Kerby around here. We love all colouring, but I think Kerby's definitely got a special place in a few people's hearts. I know in mine, definitely. Mentioned before, these one of my favourite illustrators. Laptop is fine. It feels only warm near the fans, and it's meant to feel warm near the fans because that's its job. That's a lot of hair. Okay. And we're not even done all the hair yet. I'd say we're like halfway through the hair.
putting a couple bits away in the fridge. Bear with me. And then a new bottle of water. Just about to finish mine. Not in, if it's a scary looking trick, I'm thinking you're doing the Cyclops page. And it's from Mythomorphia. Is it that one? Obviously uncolored. Have I guessed scary looking trick right? Yeah, Cyclops. Cyclops from Mythomorphia. It's a good one. I've done it in both this and Mythomorphia, but I hated the version I did in Mythomorphia, so I did it in here to be like, I can do it justice. Is it my second time doing it? Yeah. Say more than half, but that's a lot still, yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this pen technique would work in like mythic animals and all that sort of stuff too. So like I know I can like switch over to a different book with it, but yeah, I've just seen a section of hair up there I missed. So we'll just do this little section quickly because this is like relatively easy. Okay. Oh. Condensation on the table there. And we're using water-based markers, so we don't want to be anywhere near that. And a little section there, I forgot. Okay. More. More. yeah, I was saying before that I think I want to take this technique and try it in Mythic World, because I haven't done a lot in Mythic World. It's a neat one, but I don't know, I haven't done a lot in it, and I think part of that is just because it's detailed, and I was just like, you know, if I'm going to spend all that time on a detailed one, I might as well be a Mythomorphia, right? But now I'm like, Mythic World has similar paper as this, so it would work well. It'll also be good in, as I said, Mythic Animals and all those compilation ones. Why is there a cat here attached to my pen? I know why, but still. Okay, so we got the Sorcerer's Own here to work around. And this one. We'll go over to the side. We'll do the easier sections first, and then we'll get to the messy section. Let's not make it harder on ourselves. Let's do what's easy, and it might actually make the more difficult sections clearer. Hehehe. Sorry, Instagram post. In this round I'm using gel pens. I also use the water-based markers. On top of that there's this horrible memory connected with it as well. Oh, I'm glad you can redo it. I'm actually still live.
So we have to be careful here that we make sure we're getting our hair and not the witch's hair, or sorcerer's hair. So we're just gonna kind of make some little cut off areas, and then that could be sorcerer. We'll do the same here. Do, 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 do. Getting a little hungry, but I don't know what to have for dinner. It's a hard choice. And it's very dependent on what you have already in the cupboards. But my suggestion is that you go and try and figure it out before you get ravenous and you just eat junk food and then you feel sick. Homegrown pens bleed in this book as well. Oh well, at least my page will be pretty. That's a shame. Lisbeth! Hello! Sorry, not sorry. My eyes and body gave up to me when you went off to supper. I'm glad, Lisbeth. Like, you deserve to have a good sleep. I figured as much because you'd gone quiet. And that was one of the reasons why I was so sad that we had to do the changeover. Because it turns out, at 12 hours, if you keep streaming, YouTube doesn't keep the VOD. Because it's like too long. So we had to stop YouTube and start again, but because we did that, nobody was brought across. And so y'all who were in that stream, it was just like, oh, the stream ended. But no, we hadn't. We had just started up again, but it didn't just automatically carry on in the same stream. So yeah, so that's why when it looked up, you woke up, it looked like I'd finished streaming, but I actually hadn't. We just started anew because otherwise we lost the VOD. And we kind of need that VOD because it's got a few instructions in there. I had tuna sushi, but I had that for lunch. I don't think I want that again. That's valid. So much. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, like, you know, we're down to just here. We're down to just here. Yes, we definitely do, yeah. Well, I like to keep the VODs anyway, so, because it also helps me, like, if I forget to write something down, or I need to go back and check something from a previous stream, having that stream VOD is very handy. It saved my butt quite a few times when it comes to colours, because I can look back on a VOD and go, oh yeah, I used that one. And even if I don't name all the colours I use, I can usually figure it out from the pen that's being held, or the pencil, or, you know, the colour on it. It helps me figure out what colour exactly I've pulled. Yeah, the VODs are not just like, they're good for, you know, watching and reviewing and stuff like that, but I also like the VODs for prosperity. We're still going strong. We are indeed. We are 13 hours in. What, like this is long?
I think it's 13 hours is short. Thank you very much. Like, we can go forever and ever and ever. I'm not a person with chronic illnesses or bodily functions or needs. I can just, like, I'm a robot that just colors and colors, and this is all I do. I don't feel, I don't think, I don't ever need to stop and have food or sleep or anything. So, yeah, like 13 hours, whatever. Lily Pants, hello. I love the fact we're getting to the point now that people who were here at 9 a.m. when we first started streaming are now waking up and coming back into stream. Just love it. We're starting to cycle right around now because it's been over 12 hours. But yes, Millie Pants, welcome in. Yes, here. So much here. So much here. Also, shot day. Yeah, shot day makes a difference. It really makes a difference to get my injection. Like, it really makes a huge difference to my energy levels. And also not having to work. Not having to work is the big factor here. Because I got to save all my spoons. And I had nothing else requiring spoons today. So streaming doesn't take barely any spoons. From YouTube. Wow, so long. And from Twitch. Oh, come on, that's not long enough. Yeah, we were talking about before how when I tell people on YouTube, like, oh yeah, I did a 10-hour stream, they're like, 10 hours? I'm like, well, that's long. Because I'm so used to Twitch where it's 24-hour streams, you know? Like, whereas YouTube is like 2 hours is a long stream. And that's okay. Like, streaming should be however long you feel comfortable with. And that's why I do longer streams compared to a lot of people on YouTube, because I am used to longer streams. 4 hours on a regular day is sort of my comfort level. I feel 4 hours is a good amount for me. I get a good amount of work done. I get a good amount of interaction. But we end early enough if I stream for 4 hours that I can still go and get a nap in before work, and you know, so I aim for 4 hours on a Tuesday and a Friday stream. On Sunday, however, we can go for it. And that's often why Sundays are quite long streams, because I can. Now again, if my body's cracking up, like, nah, we're going to end stream. But it's nice to have that flexibility. But that doesn't mean that if you only do like an hour per stream, that's wrong. Like, that's what works for you. Just like today, like, I know a lot of people look at this and go, oh my god, you've been live so long. But like, I'm comfy, I'm cool, I'm having a great time, and I'm getting a lot of work done, and I'm vibing. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't vibing. So as long as you are enjoying what you're doing, it's what works for you. Part of me is like, oh, I feel so guilty for my subscribers because here they are and it's like 12-hour VOD, but also you can just not watch it. It's fine. And for those that like really long content, they've got a lot of content now to watch, a lot of VOD to catch up on. Yeah, we are getting close to getting all this hair done. Or you can keep playing while you fall asleep. That too. That too. I'm glad you feel comfy and cozy enough to have my stream up to fall asleep to it, because that means you feel safe with me. And that's the most best compliment that someone could give me is my stream feels safe. Feels cozy, it feels comfy, it feels safe. Oh my god, it's 10 PM. Oh, it feels like it should only be about 7 PM. Because I was like hearing Mum go into the bathroom. It was like, oh, she must be getting ready for bed. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, the only thing right now that is kind of affecting me is my throat is hurting a little bit. And that could be because I've been talking so much. But I also do wonder if I am getting a little rundown, but I refuse to get sick, so it doesn't matter anyway. I could get like a Werther's Original or a lollipop, and that would help a lot, but I also don't want candy right now. I'm kind of sugared out. So, I've got cold water actually, that's why I pulled a new bottle of water out of the fridge. Right. Much better. Right, make sure we've got no condensation on our hands because we don't want to bring that onto the page. Because condensation and water-based markers are not friends. Surprise, surprise. Cup of tea. Ooh. Not a bad idea, but I also don't want a hot drink. I'm too hot. Cold water was good. And it's cold, so it's also refreshing. But yeah, cup of tea would be good if it wasn't for the fact that it'd be hot. Yeah, it's just from the millions hours of talking. It hasn't also been while I've been sneezing and coughing, but I'm not getting sick. I refuse to get sick, so. Right. I think we're up to the last little sections. We're up to this corner. Home stretch with colour 1. So I have 3 more colours, but once we're done with the second one, the last 2 are actually pretty quick. You can feel this marker is like, it's not dead, but it's starting to get drier. Like it's definitely at the you've used me enough stage. Gonna have to wait a moment. Yeah, so if you work on this Rapunzel page, There's a lot more here than it looks like there is, and be prepared. But once you're done the hair, you're done the majority of this page, so it's pretty exciting. Oh, we're rushing here. Don't rush, Amy. Take your time. This corner's also a little bit in focus, so... Yay! I think that's all of colour 1 done. Colour 2. I think I'm all done for the night, love. I'm going to head to bed. Thank you so much for being here all day. It's been so nice hearing you all day. It's been nice being able to be here all day. I miss you. Have a good night's sleep and message me. I hear Mum telling off Shadow. I wonder if he's going to come bolting in here soon, because he's going to be like, it's bedtime, it's bedtime. It's like, Shadow, you can go to bed without me, you know. Oh, he's such a funny kid. I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to aim to finish all this here, and then once the hair's done, I think that's where we'll call it for today. Because I still feel like I could go for a little while, but I also am wanting to be sensible about things here, so, you know, I mean, we're well over. I've still got a little while to go. Like, it's probably going to take me another good hour to finish all this here at this rate. We're not going to rush it. But I think that's a sensible thing to do, is to finish off the hair, and then it's a good point to call stream for the night. And then I'll probably crawl into bed and just keep colouring on my own, to be perfectly honest. You sent me a sneak peek of your page. Fantastic. I will have a look in just a moment. Get this bit all sorted. Alright, so I've done about there. And you take the book to bed to complete it. I don't know if I will or if I'll take something else to bed. I'll take something to bed to colour. Yeah. Oh, not notifications. Oh, that's looking so good. And it's so shiny. Alright. Open reasonable size. Open image in a new tab. Open image in a new tab. Window catcher. I'm presuming here I'm okay to show this on stream. Perfection. I should check this first. I have a feeling I'm okay, but I like to check. I would rather check. But here is going to be amazing. Thank you so much, Rosalind. It really is coming together, but my god, I'll be glad when the hair's done. It is most of this page, but it's a big chunk of this page being done once the hair is done. So cool. This is what Perfection's working on. This is the scary Shrek, as we were saying, the Cyclops. But when you flip to this one, you get to see what it looks like with the glittery pens. Like, it's so cool. Love, love, love. Like, the difference between the two. Love that. No sparkle. Sparkle. No sparkle. Sparkle. No sparkle. Sparkle. Yeah. I'm playing Phantomobia. I don't know how to say it, but I know the game you're playing. We had someone that was in before actually, and they were playing it too and lurking while watching. That was like real early this morning though. Okie dokie. Over here. And then we work our way across. We'll be moving on to colouring soon. I'm working on a poppy page for Anzac Day. That's lovely. One thing I like about Kerby is that only straight colour with gel pens, and since he has all the shading, it goes so well with gel pens. Since I'm not a pencil person, that makes so much sense. I mean, that's part of the reason I think the markers are working so well in here too, with this technique. It's because he's got all that shading in there. I know Kerby looks intimidating, but he does all the shading for you, so... And it's cool to develop it further and to push it, but you can also just work with what's there and use it as a guide. Yeah, I still got to figure out a poppy page for Anzac myself, because I would like to colour something for Anzac. But I'm not a big floral person, so it's going to be interesting. But I do have, I should look at, I think I've got a Colouring Heaven florals issue, so I should see if there's any poppies in that. But I could also just colour a kiwi page. Okay. This pen is also starting to get a bit dry. Don't have much more to get through, pen. Just got a little bit more for you to get through. So if you can keep pushing through, much appreciated. bit dry in some areas, so we're going to go chunky, but we need the definition. 2020 I started to buy Kerby books. 2022 did my first page, was struggling because I was using water-based markers. 2024 I started colouring books and gel pens, and found this books are just not hard, just not liking the medium. Exactly. It's, you found your groove in the books, you found what works for you, and then it's what took you off from there. Yay, colour 2 done. Alright, colour 3 and colour 4 are much, much quicker. think I'm done colouring for today as well. Valid. Yeah, I'm definitely on the, like, I'm done, but I want to get these colours finished so that I can say this here is done. So we're so close to this here being actually done. Alright, last colour, which is just to fill in the gaps, basically, type of colour. We don't have to worry about, as long as we're sticking to the hair sections, it doesn't matter too much if we overlap it a bit. Because it actually helps blend our colours together. It's there to fill in the white spaces, basically. If you end up probably shower, then put the dishwasher on, then be back to colouring. That's valid. Yeah, we're not far away now. We're in the last little sections of this. Just making sure we've got all our sections. We go through. Truly shows how much hair is on this page now when it's the only thing coloured on this page. It's just a lot of hair. There we go. Wish Kerby would do my single-sided books, would use my markers like I do in Wonder Morphia. It would be amazing. But alas, they're double-sided. Got two little ghost spots, but they're pretty minor. We can live with that. That is a lot of hair. That is a lot of hair. But it is done. The hair is done. The page is not done. I never came back and did this section here. We're not quite done. But yeah, basically we're done for the night. This is probably the sort of thing where there are little things I could see that I need to pick at, but I think that's enough for today. I think it's a good space to call it, because We're at just shy of 14 hours. We've done a bunch in Romantic Country Free, and we've finished off our Jack and the Beanstalk page, so that one's all finished off, and we got a bunch done on this one. For anyone that missed Romantic Country Free earlier, we also did this one here. So we did all this background, and we did our castle, and we created this ivory covered wall, and yeah, created the illusion of all these hanging down plants. So it's been a very productive stream over a very, very long day. And while I could probably still keep going myself for a little while longer, I think it's wiser that we take a rest, we head to bed, we look after ourselves, and hey, all going well, maybe we'll be back for a stream tomorrow. I do have some errands to run. Sounds like I might be doing some extra errands tomorrow, so tomorrow is up in the air. We'll see how we feel, but Sunday we are definitely back. We'll be back and ready to attack more of Romantic Country Free and work on that for a while, and then we'll probably do the same thing where once we reach a point we'll stop and we'll switch to something else. But yeah, we'll get some more done in Romantic Country Free. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone. All the araha to you all. Fingers crossed next time we'll have a face cam. We'll see. But yeah, take care, look after yourselves out there, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.